the side, we'll make sure to write it off. Hey, hi Betty. I'm going to change my view. There it is. Hey guys. Hey. Hi. Grab your dynaband. I'm going to move this up. Hi. Grab your dynaband, guys. Warming up. Hello. Hi guys. There it is. We're going to start with our bicep curls and the heels. One or two can be in the middle. And let's start with our bending of the elbows. We're going to exhale. That a girl. So we'll start with the bicep curls, your tall, and then that full breath. So we're using the breath to help warm us up too. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I love the posture. Those shoulders are down the back. 13, 14, both arms pulling strong. 15, 16, yep, going all the way up. That was good. 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then let's do that one you were doing, Karen. We're going to take our band overhead. Bring your band overhead and lift the heels. So the first few, it's okay. You may have to adjust. Go up. And you're doing a heel raise if you can as well. So pulling the arms down. 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take care of that extra slack. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we're doing 5 more. 16, kind of like how it's out of your neck. 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Now the band's going to go behind the upper back. Again, I'm going to catch some extra, the excess, so it's not dangling. Now, if you want, we're going to add a little chest, with the chest thrust, we're going to add a squat. So you can bend the tush back, bend the knees. If that doesn't serve you, you can also do calf raises like we just did as a backup plan. Now we're going to try to make each leg feel even. So there's a weight or a scale under each leg. It would read half of your weight. And both legs push. Good. Adjusting your band. Good. Looking good. Much better. 1, 2, got it. 8 more. 3, good. Breathing. 4, in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. 5, 6, and I'm going to slow the arms down a little. 7, to work it. 8, good. 9, and this is called a chair squat. You might think of how we do it in yoga, huh? Nice job. Now I'm going to change it a little bit. So let's take the one hand at the head, sort of like your skull crusher here. The other hand is at your, I'm going to grab some tubing, is at your low back. Now the exhale will help the top arm move up. Keep going. I'm going to adjust my screen a little bit, but keep going. 3, just a tiny bit. 4, 5, so you can see what's going on a little better. 6, 7, 8, and you're trying to lengthen that elbow. Good, Jean. 9, let's do the calves. 10, because once you have it, you can just add that on. 12, so good to have strong legs for balance, for circulation. Good. 15, all right, you're doing 2 things at once, and we're breathing. 16, 17, I like that where you're trying to get a little pause at the top. 18, 19, and then 20, and that should feel like it was a little fatiguing at the end. You know, it's challenging. Your body is having trouble with the last ones, but it's able to do it. All right, now we're going to push up. The first few, you may have to kind of figure out what your band tension is. Good. 3, good. I had to do a few to get it right. There it is. 4, now we're ready. So it's 5, that's a girl. Each toe has equal weight. 6, there may be a little momentary balance. 7, 8. It looks like everyone's taking care of their ankles. You want the ankles to not, you don't want them to sickle out or invert out. You're gonna feel like there's some stabilization in those ankles. 12, good. 13, and it should be getting a little harder now. 15, and if it's getting too hard, just give yourself a little slack. 16, but you would like to have fatigue. 17 in the final reps. 18, 19, and then 20. Awesome. It should feel like they're tired and maybe like you want to put your arms down. So I'm going to give us a wider, this is also called a second position. And you can do some breaststrokes with this. So we're going to open out to the side, around 2, 3. Good. The inner thighs, 4, and the hips probably feel it more than the other squat, 5. Again, though, if you need to do a calf raise instead, that's fine. This is a great chance to strengthen those legs. Quad strength is associated with longevity. And grip strength is too. All right, we're going to go the other way. So push, 2, good. 3. Another backup plan would be to have a seat and extend your knee out so that you're at least getting knee flexion. So we want to keep that knee flexion and extension in our bodies and not avoid movements. 3, 2, isn't that nice? And 1. Awesome. Grab a step and then meet me back here. You're doing great. I'm going to add a lateral raise here with the 1 foot on the band. Now, you're going to stay upright. It's only a 1-arm move, but you're going to try to keep your body toned so that it doesn't know you're doing a 1-arm move. It's toned. Good. 5, 6, 7, and sometimes that helps me. I've got a little ab tone that's happening, so I'm not wiggling all over the place or my body's going the opposite way of my arm to help get it done. A little tone. But shoulders working. Good. 15. Yeah, I'm going to slow us down a little bit. 16. Wrists are neutral. 17. 18. 19. 20. Other 1. Here we go. All right, so this is going to be 20 lateral raises. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, good, 19, 20. All right, we're going to take it to the front. So now this heel, opposite heel, whatever heel you're on, the same side arm is lifting your arm band to the front. You can feel how it would be tempting to lean back, but you have enough ab tone that you're stable in your body and your wrist is neutral. And then we do a little slowing down of the eccentric. 1. We have 8 more. So you want to feel like it's getting harder. You can feel that we have 8 more, but it's doable, but it's fatiguing. And your body's tall. 2 more. Good. Nice. Now we're going to switch up the foot and the hand. So I'm sort of dramatically showing so that you know the same side heel, same side hand. First one, you might not have it where you want it. It's great thing about the bands. You just adjust a little bit, the length. Good. And I'm just making sure we're not leaning back or shifting. despite the fact we're working on one limb. So there's a little tone happening here. 10 more. Now we can slow the eccentric a little bit, the descent, the lowering. Good, Jen. Good. I like how you're not rotating. 10. Awesome job. Grab a sip. We're going to be going to the floor, so you're going to want a band nearby. Take off my slippers and so one functional fitness test is to be able to squat between the legs and then stand back up. So give that a try, and then the next time you can just get down to the floor, put your band, or heavy band around your feet, and cross the rope. And we're going to exhale and pull. Good. Now, if you were to not have a heavy band, girl, you could always use 2 bands. And if it's not heavy enough, you can also reach your hands closer to your feet so that you have tension earlier on. You want to be able to lengthen your elbows between and then bend them. Close to your body is usually going to be a pretty safe place for your shoulders, your elbows, but you can test for yourself. Also, we have a long spine. Yeah, there you go, Karen. I was thinking you can lift up a little bit through your head. You did it. You did great. Yeah. It's like a little inflation or a little length. Now, biceps are also feeling this. You also feel your grip strength, and you feel your rear deltoid and your lats. A little bit of ab tone and a little bit of spinal rector spinae tone. So there is a lot more than just the back. And let's take 5 more. 4, 3, 2, good, and then 1. Now I'm going to take a medium band, not the heavy one, for this next one. So if you have different colors, you could do the same. You're going to put that band between and lengthen your spine and go low. So I'm just kind of making sure everything's out of the way because we're going to be doing a V upside down, and kind of depends. But if you have the dynaband, it's nice and easy to let the pinky lead the way. And then if you have the elastic tubing with the handle, you can still let your pinky lead the way and your hand's just in that tubing handle. You're tall. You might even pretend that every time you pull the arms, it grows your spine. Your spine lifts like a helium balloon's attached to your crown. Good. Lats, your wrist should feel good and safe, neutral. Belly pulls in. And if you're ever having a tight hip day, you're welcome to sit on a pillow for these exercises so that you have an easier time lifting up through your spine. All right, take 3 more, 2 more. Now, that's a lot, so I'm going to give us a little breather. I'm going to actually change my seat. Go open, a stretch to open up the muscles of the upper back. And then open up your arms so that you're lengthening your spine and then go into the other side. 10. And then you're going to be coming to the front. We're taking our legs out, and you can tell this is some rear deltoid work. So notice how my arms are a little higher, but they're still lower than the shoulder. So open up. I adjusted my band to make sure it feels even, like both sides of the dynaband are even. And, if you're not sure, you could test. Goat yogurt's done. Y'all hear the beep? The goat yogurt's done. All right. 10, 2, 3. Have to learn how to put that thing on silence. 5, 6, 7. That a girl. 8, 9. That should be, it should feel demanding. These muscles, don't get a ton of work during the day, right? So I'm going to change the seating, which is just crisscross, but you can sit however you want. The main objective is that we get a lateral flexion, like half moon. Now pretend I'm there and I'm pulling you, or you can pull you, but the whole side should, oh, that feels good. Should feel like it's stretching. I'm going to add a rotation down. Back shoulder, because we just worked that. And then I'm rotating up, so your obliques, which helps with posture when they're not tight and pulling you down. Now go up, 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 and I'll demonstrate the pull this time. So if you do want to give yourself a pull, it's almost like you're telling your body, hey, you can go a little further, and then it sort of keeps you there. So I like to stretch the fingers, drop through that opposite hip, rotate down. That's what we just worked through, deltoid, lats. Rotate up, now your obliques, so it all should feel good. I hope you know you can stay at a place if you have a particularly sensitive spot or spot that needs a tightness released. And then come back up. Let's grab a sip, and then we'll add on external rotation. The band is going to be around your feet again. So one thing we're doing is we're changing up how we sit on the floor. It's really good for mobility, hip mobility. And you're going to be putting your elbows close to your side, open like a door. Forearms are parallel to the floor. Your wrists are feeling good. It shouldn't feel straining on your wrist. So if you need to give a visual inspection, but it should feel good on your wrist. Love it. All right, exhale on that harder part. Good. 9. Really good. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll open this up. So at this point, they're parallel. You can grab a higher place and take biceps up. Now, if it's too hard, you can go lower or put your hands in the band. You can also do a little ab crunch if you're not osteoporotic right now. You find what works for you. Yeah. And I'll shift so you can have a different angle, because you can do it all sorts of ways. Good. I like it. It looks good. I like how the wrists look neutral. And you might, Betty, pull your elbows in and just see if it feels like, yeah, just see. Is that like a little bit more work? Tension, I mean, yeah. All right, so try 5 more. And just imagine these are your carrying muscles. So you've got a bushel of potatoes or a bushel of beans or something. That's what you would use, these muscles. All right, let that go and then go back to your heavy band. So if you have a heavy band, grab it. If you don't, grab 2, or just grab the band you've been using, but something to wrap around your foot. Cross the band like an X. Walk your hands up considerably closer, so I don't have my hand in the handle. I have it on the tubing. Now, it's a rotation and a row. So we did the rotational stretch earlier. Your sternum is parallel to the floor. You're not sinking into a hip. Your rib to hip distance is the same on the side. When you rotate, you're not dipping. You're not laterally flexing. You're following the horizon with your gaze. Good. And this is actually a good chance. I was listening to a visual podcast, our podcast on vision, but you want to change your eyes, especially if you're on the computer. So if you have a landscape out your window, you can look at the mountain or look far away at a tree. So shift your eyes so they're not always on the computer. And we'll be working our lens and our muscles of our eyes. So if you have that, or just something far in your room if you don't have a window right there. So try 4 more. 3, 2, and then 1. Awesome. Probably felt good for your eyes, like a little relief. So now I'm showing us sideways because of you, because I want to show often offering for these ball and socket joints, you'll notice a way to get a circle in there, right? Because that's what they are, ball and socket. And so I try to offer that during our session. So your elbows might have to soften here. Lift up your heart. Breathe in. Breathe in. 5. Ooh, look at those posture muscles. Look at everyone. 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale. Now, what we'll do is take a sip. We are going to be standing up without using our hands. Now, you can do this all sorts of ways, but first we'll get a sip. Good. Without using your hands, press into the floor and stand up. Ta-da, good job. Grab a hand weight. That lets you do a lateral raise. So it's probably going to be somewhere between 5 and 8. Good. And go out. Now we're going to be doing standing up here, neutral. Your shoulders are active again. You remember how we did these with the dynabands? And it's like you're flying. Atta girl. Okay, good. That's it. And the breath is through the nose. Your body feels even. So pretend you had a scale. You have a scale underneath each foot. Is it even? Mm-hmm. One more. Now I'm going to have us do a little, it's almost like there's a shelf. So just kind of pause, take a full breath. And then when you're ready, push up and then lower to that shelf. Push up, lower to the shelf. Up, good. 4, good. So kind of like how I was talking about the knees, you do want to be able to take your arms overhead. You don't want to avoid that motion. 5, 6, good. 7, and imagine your head is against a wall. So it may be tempted to kind of go forward in this, but imagine your head's against a wall. Lengthen your elbows all the way if you can. There you go. Do you feel that extra inch you got? Yes, we do want to be able to have our arms be overhead and not avoid. So even if you have to lighten the weight, you want that range of motion. All right, guys, see if you can do 5 more. I know you can. 5. Yep, there you go. That's better. Good. Betty, that was good. Like then you can keep going. Lengthen and inhale and exhale. Good. And then one more. Good. All right. Let's take this right foot forward. All right. Now, notice I'm in a railroad track, and I want you to at first just lower and lift. Now, if calf raises are your modification, if you need to take calf raises for your modification, that's okay. So I'm going to do 5. So this is 4. It's balancy. And then I think you guessed me. Jean, did you guess that we were going to do this? Okay. Hammer if you can. I thought I saw you do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stay upright, Betty, in the torso, so just your elbows lengthen, but your body stays upright. Now watch this. Step up, step back, and I'm going to do 5 here, or just show you that you can, like how we did the warm-up last time. And exactly, Jean, as you're ready, you can come up and lower. Now, yes, so it is a little more balancy, a little more leg. That a girl. 4. And you can bend. 5. Yeah. Once you feel 6 and 7, 8. Feel your heart rate up a little bit. 9. Now try 5 more. And remember, if you need to change your weight, that's okay. Good, and let your elbow lengthen. Yes, let it lengthen. 2, 1. Now watch this. Step up, land softly. All right, guys, so you may need a different weight. It could be one 10-pound weight. It could be two 4-pound weights. It's going to be behind your head, tricep press. So I guess what I'm saying is you could have a heavier weight in one dumbbell for 2 hands, or you could take 2 smaller weights, 1 in each hand. So you could do a 12-pound if you wanted, or a 10-pound and have both hands on it, or grab a couple 5s or 4s. Good, full breath. And see if both hips feel even. Okay, try 5, try 4, try 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Guys, can you do this with me? Suitcase squat. All right, you did it. 2. I know there was no rest in between there. I'm aware. We're just getting it done. You're doing great. So this strong quad being associated with longevity, you can think about how you get out of chairs, or maybe you've seen other people struggle to get out of chairs. I don't want any of us to struggle to get out of chairs. I want you to feel so able to get out of chairs. You don't need your hands. 2 and 1. Nice. Calf raise, 10. So get ready, up. 2. All this does is add a little weight. Or your body weight plus the weights. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Let that go for a minute. And then let's take the right foot over, the left hand down, and the right arm up. So what I'm added, you know how we did it seated? Now we've got this whole hip, and add any kind of rotation. And these are posture stretches, so you're going to feel like your shoulders are able to open up better during the day and your back feels more upright. Now go to the other side. So I'm going to offer that cross step because it does open up the hip, the whole lateral chain. And you can do the little rotation down or up. Also, the breath goes to that side. Let your breath help you stretch the muscles. Does one side feel tighter? Sometimes my right shoulder area feels tighter than my left. What do you notice? And then like a little interlace finger position, lift up. Notice you might be tempted to poke the head forward, but you're not going to. I'm sure you could feel that. So it's just your shoulders. You're not pressing the head forward. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, hands to your heart. Notice how good it feels to take care of your body, mind, and spirit. And we're going to make an intention to stay connected to this feeling of wellness the rest of the day. How does everybody feel? You feel good? So good. So good. Okay.